Welcome back, everyone, to the adventures of the Stradiva. The
Whoa, put those away.
Stradiva.
Woo!
Was that
Wait, is your
SpongeBob?
camera working again, or is like Chad just hearing like sounds?
I hope my camera's working.
I can see you.
I turned it on.
I can see you.
Okay,
Okay.
And I haven't like really seen you for a week, so it's awesome.
cool. So, as last we left off, the Stradiva hear Ageja's side of the story. They find out that Ageja and his allies are all undead, that the artifact that the Celestial Torchlight has captured allows Ageja to gift more allies with undeath, as well as bring them back to life. They learn that Ageja and his friends are originally from a material plane called Intethys, and that they fled the plane after the Second Sundering, and that Ageja has lost several allies himself to the Celestial Torchlight. They also learn that Ageja does hold Dextro Explosions and Peach's souls captive, but intends on releasing them as soon as his artifact is returned. During this conversation, Liston scries on Arden, Cathexis, the guild leader of the Celestial Torchlight, seeing him in a Tempest-esque temple with the artifact. The meeting concludes, and the Stradiva return to White Plume Mountain to discuss. Putting together their collective memories, the Stradiva recall 3 temples of Tempest and decide to split up and search each of them for the artifact. The next morning, Liston teleports Galavar to Baldur's Gate. Unbeknownst to the rest of the group, the teleport suffers a mishap, causing Galavar to materialize inside of a Baldur's Gate watchtower bell, shunting him painfully off to the side and throwing him free of the tower a couple hundred feet above the street below.
He could have been like 20 miles away, which would have also been bad. So maybe this is better.
Yeah.
It's a good
I
thing
could
he's
have
good at
been-
falling or something.
Like, transported safely, too.
No.
So, I want to leave it up to you guys. Do we want to go in a specific order? Or do we want to roll to see which groups go first and in what order?
Leave it to the dice.
You should roll
Leave
a
it to the
dice 6,
Okay.
and then
But then you should fudge the one where stuff is actually going to happen, and then make that last for climactic, cinematic
How'd you know that
experience.
2 of these are going to be bullshit and one's going to be serious? How'd you know that?
Two
All
of them are
right.
just the bouncy castles.
The 4 of you that aren't Galavar are still there at White Plume Mountain. Discuss where you, what you guys are going to do.
So I believe
I
we
know-
talked. I think Argrel
Manasa
and I...
wanted to do the Dale Winds.
Oh, I thought.
The Dale Lands
Oh wait, which one?
or
Sorry.
Icewind Dale? Those are the 2 very
Yeah,
different
I think
places.
Argrel and I were doing Icewind Dale.
Icewind.
I
Yeah.
was doing the Dale Lands.
Okay. With me,
All right.
right?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I had been to the Dale Lands before,
Okay.
so I knew that I knew of trees somewhat close-ish by.
Cool. That
So
works.
should we like hold hands before we go through the portal or something? Like, how does this work?
Trees?
Trees? Oh, okay. Oh, I thought Liston was gonna launch us still. Okay, that's
No,
fine.
no, Argrel and I will be holding hands.
Yes.
Me and you are just gonna walk through a tree.
Not because
Oh,
of
okay.
teleportation, just because we want to.
I like the trees option. It makes me feel a lot less nauseous when we go through it.
All right, so I'm probably, if you're looking at the map, there's a little clump of trees in between Featherdale and Cormier, like directly
Gotcha.
to the right of the Dale Lands. I would probably have seen a tree. It would probably be one of the trees kind of on the path, because we took that path up.
Okay.
So that's probably where I would be remembering a tree on the side of the path, in between Featherdale and Martindale.
Great.
Boy, I'm-
Whatever that
Sounds
is.
Glad she
good.
doesn't have to pass a history check to remember the right tree.
Yeah, that's true. No,
Should
no
I?
D100 for.
No.
Do you want to?
No.
No, you. This.
No.
You know. You're
This is my
tapped
thing.
in. You're tapped
Yeah.
into the natural, the primal energies of the world. The where the weave and the primal intersect.
And I
that,
feel like when I'm walking around, if it's a place I haven't been before, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for trees I could use.
do you name them? Like, okay, that one's Bob. Hi, Bob. See you later. Or maybe
This one's called Dale.
Dale.
What about that one? Is that one Dale too?
All right, so you like walk down the side of White Plume Mountain until you get to a tree, and then
Yeah.
you guys walk through it into the Dale lands. Liston and Argrol.
Been
Yeah.
funny if all three locations were some version of Dale.
Yes, actually, it's not on the map because this map doesn't. But you see where it says 10 towns above that Temple of Tempest? There in 10 towns there are 10 towns, and one of them is Goodmead, and that is where the Temple of Tempest is located.
Please, finger.
Okay. For, I can assume, but yeah, okay, for Colt. That sounds like probably a good idea.
It's really funny to think about how, like, to us, 500 gold pieces is not that much, but like to the average person, we're burning a fortune just to like go
It's-
one place quickly.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
for most like people, that's more than a year's like food and lodging and everything. Um
Yeah, I think teleport consumes gemstones.
Not-
Oh, something else.
well, teleportation circle does, but yeah, I don't remember. Do you have it? Oh,
He
Listen's
posted.
energy screen. It says 500 GP gemstone which the spell consumes. That's optional too though. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Then burn it. At any given
Cool.
time, any one of us is carrying around a small fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Gotta
that's what.
watch out for muggers.
I guess that's what being level 20 does. I mean, they should watch out for us.
Let's mug them. I don't know if you guys watched that. Yes, please. As you
Mishap.
0. Funny thing is, I've already planned for the mishap.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Pretty good.
67. All right. Oh my god, that's so terrible.
Oh.
So much text.
I don't know. I'm looking at.
Oh, you're not familiar with it, are you?
Sure. Yeah. I was thinking
Our girl's just standing there like watching, listening, trying to figure out how to do it. Just
It's
like,
like good mead. You're trying to remember what you've heard about good mead.
Is the
Come
air
on.
just becoming like electric as he's like doing the spell and it's not going through yet?
It's starting to get really cold. Like you see your breath. Like you're not phased by it, but I my internet.
Oh.
So yeah, the GM determines the direction off target randomly by rolling a d8 and designating 1 as north, 2 as northeast, 3 as east, and so on around the points of the compass. If you were teleporting to a coastal city and wound up 18 miles out at sea, you could be in trouble.
Well, it's a good thing our girl's really strong.
Distance off target is 1d10
Yeah,
times
wild shape. if we need
1d10% of the distance that was to be traveled. For example, if you tried to travel 120 miles, landed off target, and rolled a 5 and a 3, then you'd be off target by 15% or 18 miles.
it. Oh,
Okay,
no.
so D&D Beyond is just not opening up.
Uh-oh.
You can go to
That's okay.
5e.tools.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a D8 here.
North.
Yep.
Yeah. So straight north.
How far?
By how many? You gotta roll 2d10s.
4.
So
Okay.
4. So that's oh wow, 4%. So yeah, 4% of 200.
8 miles.
Yeah, you're only 8
That's
miles off
not
target.
bad.
That is not bad. You're 8 miles north of where you want to be.
Wait, does it account for velocity?
Hell, I could even wild shape and fly us the rest of the way there.
Yeah, that's true.
That is not bad at all.
Wait,
Okay.
8 miles is actually
Those are
a pretty
some
short
good
range.
D10 rolls. That could have been so much worse.
All right. The teleport goes off, and you're suddenly you like hit ground, but then you sink like 3 feet into snow. You're like up to your waist in snow. There's a blizzard raging. You have nearly 0 visibility, and well, actually, okay. And but thankfully, you feel like you would be quickly freezing to death if it wasn't for that energy screen that you cast. You think maybe you'd probably be dead in a couple hours. The temperature here is extremely uncomfortable, even through the energy screen. Trying to gauge it, you are thinking that the only thing that even comes close to as cold and dangerous as this weather is was Cania, or the 8th Circle of Hell, which was
Oh.
probably a little bit worse, but not by much.
Oh, that place sucked.
I'm gonna roll. Icewind Dale is 1 or 2. Dale Lands is 3 or 4. And then Baldur's Gate is 5 or 6. Dale Lands.
Looks like it's a Dale Lands.
All
Alright,
You
Manene,
step
we're up.
You step through a tree, and you are not falling out of a bell tower. You are not shivering cold despite a very strong protective spell. You are standing in a mid-morning, sunny, kind of, near the road, kind of like little hill where this tree is sitting up on. Everything around you is green. It's very foresty. It's deciduous forest. It's really nice. It's a really nice day right now.
This is a nice day. Oh,
Yeah, this
isn't it,
is
Sumbara?
beautiful. Hey Manasa,
Well,
you ever feel like we're probably doing worse than the others right now?
I mean, right now, I feel like it's a pretty nice day, but you know,
It could be worse.
There's a
Yalavar
bug.
gets
A bug
to-
kind of flies, and it kind of almost flies in your nose.
Yalavar
Me-
gets to visit Baldur's Gate. You know, I've
He
never
eats it.
been there. That's got to be pretty awesome. Can you imagine what that's like?
I've
I
never
mean, that-
been.
Oh, and I bet you they're like enjoying the snow up there in the Icewinds Dales, maybe making some snow angels and some snowmen.
Yeah,
Having some
Argyle
hot
likes
cocoa.
snow. I bet. He's very fluffy.
Oh yeah, I bet you he does, because you know it makes him feel nice and cozy with all that fur.
Yeah. Wait, what were we doing here again?
All right, we gotta find the temple. Yeah, the temple of Tempest.
Just smash cut to like Liston and Argyle's feet sticking up in the air out of the snow, like dead. All right. Let's get to the temple.
They're falling through the sky toward the.
Yeah, while we just walked out here, is Galavar still actively falling? Like, how tall is that tower?
I fell the night before.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, wait,
But yeah.
Did you get teleported the night before or in the morning?
The night before, because
It was the
Liston
night
wanted to use
before.
his spell slots before going to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so we slept. We all slept. But no, I
It
can
was
imagine
really
Galavar
late at
being
night,
like,
wasn't it?
It was.
All right.
So it might be more than it might be like mid-afternoon.
That actually completely changes a lot of my plans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, now I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll roll with it.
Yeah, because I was just gonna.
It was
Should-
like midnight or something like that. I mean, it was late, but it wasn't like, and we only have to sleep 8 hours. So I mean,
Yeah.
it probably is still mid-morning.
Yeah.
on arrival, yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
I think I thought it was still morning.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's mid-morning.
So let me go back to Galavar. Since it
Oh,
is
yeah.
a significant amount of time earlier, we'll just start there, then we'll do the Dale Lands, and then we'll do Icewind Dale.
That sounds good.
But we've handled the arrival of the other two parties and their locations. But we're gonna roll back the clock 8 hours.
Okay.
Boom. And
Record scratch.
All right, Marvel, you can calm down.
as you're falling, and you're falling by like torchlight, like that. These torches that are kind of on this watchtower that kind of like zigzags up that you've seen in the trailer of Baldur's Gate 3, and you're falling, and you reorient yourself to look down. And the streets are mostly devoid of activity. Mostly, there are a few people out right now. What is your landing strategy?
Probably teleport when I get within range of the floor.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna do your Nightcrawler thing and
Yeah.
and teleport as soon as you get close to the floor. So you reorient yourself. You're like, okay, I got this. I'm this badass level 20. Planeswalking like ranger, and you see down there a figure has looked up, seen you, and they've grabbed a cart, and they're just like pulling it as hard as they can to under where you're gonna fall, and which of course is no obstacle for you. But however you feel about that, this character like pulling this cart, pull, and then at the last second they just kind of cover themselves, and you almost hit the ground, teleport, and appear on the ground.
What's in the cart is like hay or.
It was like it was actually like it looked like a bunch of empty boxes, but it definitely would have been less bad than the cobblestone street.
Makes sense.
Less splat-worthy.
But you see this character, they've covered their head, and then their head perks up, and they look at the cart, and they look around at the ground, and they look over and they see you. This person.
Okay.
Let me just describe what they look like real quick. This person. How did I close that? What is going on? Okay, there we go. You guys, that whole thing with the internet really messed me up. Okay. Okay. You see a young adult tiefling man. Even in this kind of like dark, only torch-lit street, you can tell he's got like a very tan, kind of sun-reddened skin. You know, that like he's got like a kind of a serious farmer tan when you can see just like the skin underneath like the shirt, you know, and at the sleeves. He's got this swept back blonde hair. And he's got just like normal human brown eyes, but he's got hooves. You know, and then he's got like kind of a forked tail looking thing. He's commonly dressed. He's got simple wooden caps that are on the on his horns. And he goes, "Whoa! How'd you do that?"
I got lucky. Some
What?
updraft right around here.
Updraft?
Yeah, you can't feel this?
No.
Anyways, thanks for the effort here with these the boxes. That would have been less painful than before here.
Yeah. Oh man. It's not even my boxes. I don't know. I just saw them. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's great for me. You're sure you're not hurt?
Yeah, you know, I'm okay.
Well,
Just-
you're like you're an adventurer, right?
Yeah, just
Oh, that makes sense
Trying to
now.
figure it out.
Okay. All right, you've got a
Yeah.
trick or something. Yeah. All right, cool, man. Yeah. Oh, hey, my name's Ezekiel. Ezekiel Blackthorn.
Ezekiel Blackthorn.
Yeah.
Hi, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Nice to
No.
meet you.
What's your name? Like maybe I've heard of you.
Yeah, Liston.
Liston.
Yeah.
Wizard. The wizard.
Yeah, super smart.
The Stradava.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. Oh man, yeah, I've heard. Wow. Whoa, what? How'd you get up there?
You know, Wizard never tells.
Somewhere in the distance, Liston's
Probably
ears
smart.
are burning.
It's probably smart. So Mr. Liston,
Yeah.
what you in town for?
I have some business in some of the nearby monasteries, so I was just
Oh,
trying to make it a town and
okay.
see where the temple of, I believe, Tempest. There's one around here.
Yeah. There's a Temple of Tempest. It's all the way on the kind of the other side of this ward, to the northwest. Man, it's kind of hard to find though. Man, I'd take you there, but I'm. Oh man, I had a long day, and you know, I gotta find work in the morning because if I don't, me and Grandma are not gonna eat. So, man, I totally wish I could take you, but I really can't miss out on maybe getting some work.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I would be willing to pay for your services to just show me the direction, and then
Yeah,
Let me know.
sure. Yeah, like I mean, if you could, you know, if you think you like toss like maybe like 5 gold my way, like I probably wouldn't even have to work tomorrow, so I could just take you all the way there.
Yeah.
We'll get you there. Like it take like maybe like an hour and a half to walk over there.
if we skip sleep, would you be willing to do that on 15 gold?
Get us, like, so go right now.
Yeah, just show me the direction, and then
Oh,
I can jump around as needed.
well, there's a problem though.
Okay.
We have to go through the Black Dragon Gate, and it's closed right now. Like, it's nighttime. So, I mean, are you in like a really big hurry? Because like,
Can you tell me about this Black Dragon Gate? I don't think my first time in Baldur's Gate, so.
oh yeah, no, it's just like it's a big old gate. They've got these fancy names for them and stuff like that. But like, no, it's just they close everything up at night. There's, I mean, not that there isn't danger in Baldur's Gate itself, but what with like, the bandits and the, just like murderers and the ghoul problem. There's a ghoul problem right now. Got a bit of a ghoul infestation, which is crazy. But yeah, they just have it closed up for the night.
Okay, yeah. Well then,
I mean, but like, hey, I know there's an inn just like right down the street.
yeah.
And you know what? I'll even pay for it from the fee, and I'll set you up, get you put up in that inn. I'll show up like first thing in the morning. We go over there.
Perfect. Let's do that then.
Awesome. Yeah, like cool. Yeah, it also. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. I was gonna tell you, like, watch out for the, like, you'll be fine. But I mean, there are bandits and stuff. Well, let's go. Let's check it out.
Okay, let's.
And he's like, kind of walking like this is the coolest thing that's happened to him in a while. It's like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah. So what do you think of Baldur's Gate? I mean, it's like kind of hard to, see everything. But yeah, I'll give you a tour on the way, like I'll just point out all the stuff, all the interesting stuff on the way.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, I don't want to talk your ear off or anything, but yeah, it's pretty neat living here in the city. I don't really know anything else. But
Grew up here?
yeah, I live with my grandma. And yeah, just kind of like pull odd jobs, wherever I can find work. I can't really always find work, but I've been, kind of got some muscle. I've been putting it on. I just kind of like move stuff a lot of times. Just try to stay on the up and up. But sometimes I'm moving stuff where they're like, if anybody finds out about this, we're gonna cut your throat. And those I try to avoid those jobs, but they're. Whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah. Is there an apothecary nearby on our way too?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. So like you actually look around and it seems like you're in a pretty nice part of town. You've definitely seen worse towns. So you're like, there's bandits and like thugs and stuff. You're looking around and you're like, this place is actually pretty nice. But he explains, he's like, yeah, like a lot of rich people live up in this ward, so there's a few apothecaries, they got to get their,
Perfect.
get the drink on.
I'll stop by later. I listen have this magical hernia that occurs occasionally. I should probably get some stuff ourselves.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, just adventuring. I'm sure you pull stuff all the time. That's. Yeah. I mean, no, I get it. I get it. That's. Yeah, you're mortal like the rest of us. Yeah, that's cool.
Weaker than most people too, but it's...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why magic is everything.
Oh,
they said I should work on like leg day, but I'll just use my invisible servants. It's whatever.
Hey man, I guess if you got magic, you don't really need to lift a finger, right? Wow, that's cool. You should teach me some of that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Yeah. It's just yeah. Let's come on inside. And he just kind of like talks to this like kindly old lady behind the counter. He talks to her and hands her hands her. Well, he actually. So I don't think you've actually given him any money yet. So he like
Oh,
he's like talking to her, and then he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, kind of light at the moment."
yeah. No, I've got it. And then
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you
Let's-
could. I guess you could just pay me, whatever, tomorrow.
yeah, I'll
you
give
wanna
you
show
5
up.
now, and then we'll take care of the rest tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, yeah, great. No, yeah, I'll be here. I'll be waiting for you.
All right, perfect.
Cool. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sure she'll take care of you, and I'll see you in the morning.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. And he almost hits his horns on the way out. He has to kind of duck a little bit. And yeah, you get a room. She sets you up. It's decent, nice room. Costs you gold.
Is it common for tieflings to have hooves?
It is one of the list of traits that kind of randomly manifest with tieflings.
Okay.
Some of them don't even have tails. Some have normal feet, some hooves, some have like really weird eyes, some have like, just normal people eyes. Like some tieflings are like almost completely look just human, with like maybe one feature, and then some have just like an array of like crazy stuff. A different color skin, and he's got kind of like a normal skin tone, but he's got the horns, he's got the hooves, the tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure
So
if
it's
that's
kind
an
of-
indicator of anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty typical.
Cool.
So do you crash for the night?
Yeah, I'll crash, and then what I want to do first thing in the morning is cast non-detection on myself.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Actually, so we did a little bit of that. Let's jump over the Dale Lands. So
Sure.
morning comes. You guys teleport out. Walk through a tree into the Dale Lands, and yeah. So Manasa and Meat. How are you getting to where you're going?
Right, so we don't actually know where in this area the temple is, correct?
Yeah.
One of the first thing I'm gonna do
Yeah.
is I'm going to do a nature whatever the thing that is. I'm trying to find, this is a different computer, so
Oh,
okay,
sure.
there
You're
we go.
doing like a commune.
Yeah, commune
Okay.
with nature, to find any buildings and features in the area to see if I can find the Temple of Tempest.
Yeah. So you commune with nature, and the very grass and plants and wind around you send you information about the area, and
And I do
You
it
know-
ritual so that I don't have to spend a spell.
sure, yeah, Meat watches you just like wave your hands around and stuff, and like smell the air for 10 minutes. While you get in this all this information, and it hits you with a shock wave. And you see the road. The road stretches to the west. Of course, you've been more to the east, but you kind of went as west on the road as you could, based on the farthest tree you'd seen. And you see where the road, the road follows like a river, and you don't get. You don't get like any big towns or cities or anything like that, but you do get you get a cart that is heading on the road towards you. That is about a mile to your west.
So basically, I'm not close enough to the temple yet, but I get that there's a cart coming and maybe someone I can ask a question which direction to go.
Yeah, and you would know that, like a road plus a river, there's got to be civilization like somewhere, you know, in that direction, most likely, because that's just like two things that are just like, yep, there's got to be civilization somewhere there.
So I think that I should travel to the west.
Yeah, that I think that would be definitely the most logical way to go.
Okay. All right. I stand up, kind of like stretch a little bit. I think we should go west, Meat, or Sunvara.
Yeah. You can call me.
I turn into a giant eagle. And kind of like
Wait, eagle or eel?
eagle.
Okay, I was like, how does this help us? You're just like flopping on the ground.
Yeah.
Now that I'm 20, I can do basically unlimited wild shapes, so I can do as many as I want.
Yeah, I thought I missed like a context thing where we're next to a river or something, and you were gonna like go in the river.
I just figured it'd be faster to fly.
Okay, yeah, eagle works.
So then I kind of like back up, like, you gonna get on? To
All right,
Sunvara.
yeah.
And then
I've
I-
ridden dragons. I can ride a bird.
Fly up and I take off west.
All right. You fly for not very long, and you see a little cart. Kind of going down the road.
I head toward the cart, but I make sure that I don't want to like scare these people like a freaking giant eagle with a lizard man riding me.
Yeah, that's kind of an uncommon sight.
Right? Like, I don't want to like freak this person out. So I kind of go into the trees near, like, I shoot for into the trees near where the cart is, and then I unwild shape, and then kind of walk out onto the road. Like, I try to hide, like, not, I mean, they probably see the eagle or whatever, but like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So you kind of come walking out of the trees, and the cart's a little bit down the road, so that you can kind of like intercept the cart.
Yeah.
Both you and Meat walking down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you as this cart is coming towards you, you see a little halfling man who is sitting in the driver's seat of this cart, and he's got a couple horses that are pulling it, and he sees you up ahead, and he kind of gives you like a big wave and like a big smile.
I wave back, and am I close enough for him to hear me now?
Yeah. If you want to call out to him.
My good man, happy to see somebody. Can I ask a question? Do you live around here?
Yeah, he kind of like pulls up, and he stops like maybe about 15 feet away from you, and he kind of like puts his hand on his elbow on his lap here, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, where are you going?"
We're on a pilgrimage. We're trying to find the Temple of Tempest. We would like to go there and pay our respects.
Oh yeah.
We're a little lost, so we were hoping you could point us in the right direction.
Yeah, you follow this road back this way. There's like a lake. You just kind of like follow the road around the lake, go like another mile, and yeah, you'll get to Battledale.
So it's
Yeah,
in
we're not-
Battledale?
Yeah, so the temple is actually right outside of Battledale. It's an abbey. So it's like kind of a big it's like a you know what an abbey is, I imagine.
So Battledale's an abbey?
No, Battledale's a town.
Oh, but the temple's an abbey.
Yeah, the
Okay.
temple. I believe it's Abbey of the Sword. I think it's what it's called.
That is great news.
It's got like
Thank you, my man.
it's got like a tall wall. Well, maybe like 5 feet goes around it, but it doesn't look very fortified or anything, but it's kind of a big area. Yeah, you should be able to just walk right in. They're pretty friendly folks.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you so much. And may Tempest bless you. And then I kind of like bow a little bit,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
I just turn into a giant eagle.
right. Make a perception check, both of you, if you want.
Oh,
laptop is weird.
It's like the lowest I've rolled on a perception. Ooh.
Yeah. You look like this little like fun looking like little farmer halfling. You know, he just looks real happy. But Manasa, you notice that when he kind of like leaned forward and he does kind of like this forward lean, his
He put,
right
like, a
hand.
on a weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got a hand crossbow like off to his side. And as you turn back into an eagle, he like it startles him a little bit. But you pick up, meat jumps on your back and you take off, and you see him like put it down, and he just kind of he watches you.
I mean, it's kind of understandable. He didn't know who we were, or if we were like highwaymen about to like jump him
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
no, for sure. I mean, when you said he put his hand in his lap, that was my immediate thought. Like, he's got his hand on a weapon. Like.
But yeah, you follow the road and you start flying. You're just like looking at this like beautiful, like picturesque, like kind of hilly like area.
I'm just like flying through the air, kind of letting like the wind go through my wings, enjoying the nice sunny day.
Same.
And yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
just a
this
beautiful
is
area.
So nice.
And then you see this large town. It's got it's very orderly. Like it looks like the town is set up really like conveniently for like traffic going through, and it's it's not a city, but it's like a large town. So
Now we're kind of far up. So would we also see the Abbey at the same time?
Yep, and then on the northwest side of it, it's like there's like the road kind of passes by and then kind of makes like it goes north, south, west, and east, and the Abbey is like northwest. There's like another kind of like dirt road that big enough for a couple carts to like travel up to this big kind of like square complex. That's got kind of like these like L-shaped buildings with like some outside walking areas, these pillars, and a big like third of the Abbey is like a jousting field. Right now it doesn't look like it's set up for jousting, but there's like training dummies all over the place, mostly in the corners. There's people sparring. There's people like fighting dummies. You see a bunch of people.
How fortified does this temple look?
It doesn't look like it's it looks more like a
like a training than
yeah,
I see what you're saying. It's not Fort Knox, it's Great Lakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay.
But it also looks really nice. It looks like a place where they could host, like dignitaries, like there's like places to watch like the jousting and stuff like that, but like right now it looks like it's being used more functionally.
I'm gonna fly down outside of town, like just kind of right outside of town in unwild shape, and then me and Sunvara can walk into the town together.
Yeah, there's some do you like make sure that nobody can see you when you go land and all that? Okay. Yeah, you guys walk into town. It takes you another, 10-15 minutes from where you feel like you're, you could be seen.
I figure now's probably about lunchtime, so I'm asking around about a good cafe, someplace to grab some lunch.
Yeah. So one thing you notice about this town is it's mostly a mix of humans and halflings.
Good. We stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's not a very diverse town. You do see at one point you see a half orc, you see a couple wood elves in a group, but yeah, a lot of humans and halflings. And yeah, you draw a lot of eyes. Like a lot of people are. It's kind of like that small town vibe where they, yeah, you're like outsiders, and
it's an event to see somebody strange walking through the town.
Yeah,
they're
like,
like a lizard man who I'm sure they have never seen before in their freaking lives.
Yeah, I'm sure lizard folk draw eyes no matter where they go.
Yeah.
but everybody you see, like if you do like meet their gaze, they wave at you. You know, so it's just a lot of wavers.
I'm acting very happy but serene because I'm going to play the devout worshiper of Tempest who's come on a pilgrimage.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Meat will be the hired guard protecting you.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, like
I
hired
suppose-
bodyguard.
suppose you
for the
guys
pilgrimage.
talked about this on the way.
Yeah. Well,
We just kind of came up with it.
I mean,
like, leaned over,
basically,
like, hey,
I
we
would
should
just
have a
kind of be
plan.
like introducing him because I would like.
Yeah, you start to walk into town, and yeah, you know what? I'm mixing it up here. We are going to jump to the frozen, icy wasteland that is the Icewind Dale, where we've got a knoll and a half elf shivering out in the cold. What do you guys do? Not really.
Do you know what you're doing?
I could wild shape fly us up into the air so we can try to see where we are. Okay, so I'll wild shape into a giant eagle.
All right. Yeah, you wild shape into a giant eagle. Do you leave Liston there, or do Liston you get on?
I'd rather have Listen take a look. He knows
Yeah.
more. than
He's
I
also
do.
got your cold weather protection.
Right.
You go to take off after Liston's on your back, and I need you to make an acrobatics check as an
Oh.
eagle.
Oh boy.
So let's see, what's the giant eagle stats?
So I have a +10.
Yeah. Wowee. Okay. Yeah. So just roll a d20, and you'll get to add 3 to it as an eagle. Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
You actually are able. At first, it catches you by surprise, but you are actually able to like angle your wings so that the breeze that hits you initially lifts you up and takes you up, and you
Nice.
just kind of like a kite, like up into
Right
the
in
air.
the current.
And then every like 30-40 feet, a different crosswind catches you, but you like will flip and grab that one and just like, and you like end up doing some pretty acrobatic stuff. Liston hanging on for dear life.
Sweet.
Sends you way up, and you actually get high enough that things start to get a little more calm, weirdly enough. And you're looking out over the land, and you both are seeing townships kind of in the distance. The one that is closest is to your south by about 8 miles.
Should we head that way? Okay, I start flying in that direction.
You start, and it is some kind of rough going. It takes you probably it's a few hours, and you're at some points you have trouble finding the altitude you got to be at to get you going in the right direction, because it starts catching you, taking you in different ways. But eventually you see a little town, and it's so the snow, the sun hitting the snow is kind of blinding. It's a lot of fresh white snow everywhere. That a lot of it seems very frozen, actually. You see these like row houses, and which is like wooden roofs that are, like very slanted, high roofs of these. Looks like sturdy, but completely unornamental buildings. They look like they are bare minimum what you need to survive kind of thing. And at this point, the blizzard has it's not so much a blizzard, but it's still high winds and it's still blowing snow, and it's still cold as hell.
Oof.
And in the middle of the town is one big building that's quite a bit bigger than the rest.
Gotcha. I'll find a place to land.
Okay. Inside the town, outside the town, how's that go?
I don't know. I'm like, what do you think we should do? You know, just like squawking.
What you know of Icewind Dale is that Icewind Dale is a almost a, it's not so much a nation, it's like conglomerate of like very small towns of people who for some reason or other are up here to get away from the rest of the world. They've either been banished here, or they've escaped to here, or there's some kind of other weird reason, or they were born here. Some people, you know, there's people that are born here and just live here. It is not easy to get here or out of here, so most people that end up here just kind of stay here or die here. But yeah, you don't see anyone outside at the moment. But yeah, you go land, and like there's the snow is like crunchy and hard and like kind of scrapes you up if you know your skin ends up being exposed to it. And yeah, you like kind of wade into town. Argral, I imagine you on wild shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Where we? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my magic cloak too to sort of like,
Cool.
even though I'm a fucking giant and all, just
Yeah.
make myself look a little bit less intimidating.
Okay. Do you turn yourself into like I know you used to go as a Goliath. Is that what you end up doing?
Oh, I was just gonna use the cloak that changes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you guys look. Listen, do you change your appearance, like race, build, or anything like that? Uh, no, that's clothes. Race, you can make yourself a foot taller or shorter. Appearance, yeah, it's only illusion though. So your actual physical form is, if somebody were to like try to touch you, they'd see through it or whatever. Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of a dwarf on the taller end. Yeah, charging through the snow, big, you know, bulky, wearing all these furs and stuff. Yeah, and you kind of pass into town, and like the roads inside of town aren't much better than just the wilderness everywhere else. But yeah, where do you head? Really, it looks like a lot of just like houses, with no windows. It was like smack dab in the middle of the town. It seemed to be like the thing that the town was built around. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
and I follow close behind.
You start heading there. There doesn't seem to be anything. You don't see any signs. You don't see any like posts or anything like that. Pretty much, you start to realize that you don't see anything that looks like it could be blown over. That most of these buildings have no windows. When you get to this big building, it has a sign on above the door, like kind of like a big wooden board that has been nailed down a lot into the side of the wall up there, and it just says Goodmead on it. And it's it's just got a single door on the front. All right. Yeah, you got to muscle the door open. There's a bunch of snow in the way. There.
Argyle just like smiles and just like opens the door.
People see you as you open the door. You see a bunch of tables. This place looks like it's probably like an inn or it's like a bar or something like that. You do smell like some food. And people look as they look over and they kind of sit back as they see this large furry gnoll just kind of easily pull the door open, and this dwarf walks in. You guys walk in, close the door, and shake the snow off you, and they kind of look at you, and they make kind of like some faces. Like, these guys look, men and women, very heavily slanted toward more men than women. Looking kind of rough, grizzled, lots of just like really thick, kind of nasty beards. You see lots of scars. They all look. You get the feeling these people look a lot older than they are. That they've had a seriously rough life. And they kind of look at you, and like a bunch of them put their hands on like hand axes at their side. And there's a lady behind the counter. She's got like two long, just like thickly braided, kind of like blonde with like very like kind of gray highlights in them that are just like woven into these really thick braids that kind of like go over her shoulders. And she grabs it. And she goes, "You're new in town? Oh, what can I do you for?" They like a couple people chuckle. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's about the only thing we have that's good around here. And she turns around and she grabs two like wooden mugs. No handles. They're just like, looks at them. She goes up to a cask and she kind of like pulls it open and fills up these two mugs and brings them down, sets them down on the counter. Well, tell me what you think. It's super strong. It's like super strong wine, essentially like it's bordering on paint thinner. But it you feel real warm inside real fast. But and then there is hints of honey. Well,
Memories of burning honey.
what do you think? There's a couple people kind of like lift up their glasses, take a swig.
Our girl wants to cough really bad, but he holds it in. It's just like,
It's just big old like meaty nose, just like
Yeah, you got the like crazy eyes, just trying to hold in the cough.
the she's like, all right, well, what are you really here for? You don't get too many visitors. You moving in? You don't have to tell me twice. You're really moving in here. Ah, all right. Well, we got as it turns out, we have a vacancy on one of the houses. We'll have to set you up. There is a lot of things that are banned out here, and a lot of things that aren't. Oh, come on now. You come into town, you're like, oh, moving in. Got a Temple of Tempest around here? And then everybody like laughs. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you want to visit the temple? Yeah, it's on the outskirts of town. Just we'll go out the door, hang a right, walk until you're about 3 feet deep in snow. Hang a left on the outside of town, just down that way. As soon as you get over the hill, you look down, you'll see it. Big old stone marker, cave. Make a insight check. No. You think she totally doesn't believe that you're moving in. But she you get that everybody in here kind of clocks that even though they're looking all tough and stuff, everybody in here is looking at you guys and is like, they look too healthy and they look like they got here a little too easy. Like something like we do not need to fuck with these guys. Like, right. Like we're just barely surviving as it is. So like, whatever. Just tell them what they want to know. All right. Hey, I like you. Hey, if you're not lying about moving in, like I said, we got a vacancy, but you know, um,
our girl's got
thanks.
a tip of gold. He's just gonna put down a gold. Like, thank you
well,
for the
goddamn,
information.
thank you. She like bites it. She's like, oh, all right. Like somebody kind of like does this, and somebody else like slaps him. He's like, "Don't get your panties." It's just kind of like you leave her alone. Yeah, you notice in here too. There are windows in this place, but they're real small. This room is actually very dimly lit. It is like good that both of you have dark vision. It would be like pretty hard to see. It would be like candlelight, only it's the only light that's in here is filtering in through these tiny windows. Otherwise, this place is like very solidly, very thick walls. The walls are tree trunks, like that are piled up on top of each other, and it's still really fucking cold in here. Like everyone is still bundled up. The only thing heating this place is like the body heat of the people in here.
Damn. Is there a fire? Or?
No fire.
Interesting.
So she says, "All right, well, you take care of yourselves. Say hi to the old codger down there for me." All right. Yeah. They like. Yeah.
Our girl's just not really. He's just paying attention to the people in the bar. He's just not watching Listen. Listen's just struggling with the door.
It's just like you crack it just enough for the wind to come in.
Just making an obnoxious noise.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, you take care, Galavar.
I just open the door.
Maybe eat some more meat.
It'd be funny, I open the door, it catches, and while Listen's still holding onto it, so it just goes fucking flying open.
You like do one of these things, you reach over and like get your fingers in the door, so you just like open it, and you're just like, "Good." Yeah, you guys make it back outside. You follow her directions. All right.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
It just goes flying.
God, that's terrible. Oh, shit, hung on.
I've
Yeah,
experienced those winds before in Illinois. Like, comes whipping around the side of the house and the door just flies open.
Poor thing.
So yeah, you start to walk down to you walk kind of through town and then out of town, and you look down, and there's like a hill that kind of slowly gradually goes down to a big stone marker next to an open cave. And we're gonna jump back to Baldur's Gate.
Ooh.
Galavar, you get a good night's sleep.
All right.
You wake up in the morning. Sun shining. It's pretty nice morning. You hear bells ringing, dong, 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 like it rings 8 times.
8 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Step outside. Oh, I end up cast non-detection before I leave the room.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you cast non-detection. You leave. The lady behind the counter waves at you as you walk out.
Wave back. Is Ezekiel anywhere to be seen?
Well, you see through the open window, or you see through the window at the front of the place. You see him kind of like pacing back and forth.
Does he look like distraught?
No, not really. He's just he looks more excited.
Okay.
Actually, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, he just looks like he's just like ready to go.
All right. I will step outside and meet him.
Oh, hey, how'd you sleep?
Good, Ezekiel. How did you sleep?
I'm worth the damn. I'm excited, man.
No?
Let's get this.
All right.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's go. And you start walking through the streets. He's pointing out like various buildings. He at one point he's like, yeah, up that way. There's like a street, you keep following it up. There's like this mansion. This guy lives there, and he. Rumor is he's dead ass broke, but he lives like this extravagant lifestyle, and the only way he can and he's just like breaking even because like he's like supposedly he's just like selling off stuff in the mansion, and it's just like like everybody's just like wondering like when's this guy gonna run out, but it's pretty crazy, man. Up here, like people need to keep their status. or then they're like as soon as they're like not rich, like they're just devoured by the city, man. Like people just move in on them. It's crazy.
Like they get evicted, or like
Oh, well, like people would just be like, "Oh shit, let's all break in and just like they'll just like raid his house, you know, and they'll just like steal all his stuff, like anything that's like nailed down, probably stab him to death, you know." Like yeah, like as soon as they're like, "Oh, he didn't have any guards anymore," like it's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, that is crazy.
Oh, I had a buddy. It's really awkward, or it's not often that this happens, but somehow a ghoul got up here in this ward, in the upper city, and yeah, like I think it snuck out of like a storm drain or something over there, bit my buddy. Crazy that he lived, because you know, like ghouls, like they'll bite you, and then you get like, you know, like all your muscles lock up and stuff. And just like he's just like hobbling away, and it's like chewing on his shoulder, you know, and he's just like, get off of me, and he like ends up in the middle of the street, and this guard just happened to be walking by, big old pole arm on, and he's like riding on this horse, and he's just like whack, and just like takes its head off, you know, like it would have taken my buddy's head off too if he didn't like stumble first, and like it just like right over his shoulder. That guard didn't give a fuck. He was gonna take them both out, you know. But yeah, he lived for like
Wow.
3 weeks, and then like the infection just got him. It was terrible.
You have, oh sorry, you had a lucky friend. It sounded like.
Yeah, but I mean, like for those 3 weeks, he just had like the coolest story, like to tell everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like his story's still getting around.
Yeah, and you take this street to get down to the lower ward over there. You don't want to. That's where I live. Yeah, stay out of there. Unless you're coming to visit, man, we'll hook you up. We do have some fun times down there.
Oh, good.
But yeah, like you gotta watch the ghouls. Like I got this like little, and he like shows you like his dagger, and he like pulls it out, and he's like, you know, I practice a little bit. You know, you try to stick it through the eye socket, you know, while they're trying to chew your hand off. You know, it's like bait them. You're like, and they kind of go after your hand, and then you're like, you know.
It's all about how you use it.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm pretty good with it. You know, he drops it. And it's like, oh shit. Like pulls it out, and he's like, you know, it's good. Hey, puts it back. So, yeah. And he walked for he walked for a little while. He's kind of pointing out stuff like that about the city. And you get to like a big double gate, you know, that they've got like pulled open at the edge of town, and the gate doors are like lashed, you know, to chain to something so that they don't like accidentally blow closed or anything like that. And he's like, yeah, this is the Black Dragon Gate. It's just a big black gate. I don't know why they named it the Black Dragon Gate, actually. I was trying to think of something cool to tell you about it, but it's really just a way out. You know, this is the north side of the city, so, you know, a lot of traffic from, like, Waterdeep comes down this way.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The dragon, just because it sounds cool. I don't see any dragon things here.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I mean, there have been dragons, you know, like, in the past and stuff, like, some crazy shit happened, you know, like, I was actually born, you know, well, I mean, I was young. I was born a little bit before the second Sundering, so, like, you know, I kind of remember some of that stuff from my youth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, like, you know, I'm sure you remember a lot more. I mean, I don't know how old you are.
Oh, time comes and goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget my own age, too.
This is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5, right? Because he died and came back.
That's a good point. But yeah, anyway, and so as you walk out, he's like, yeah, you know, it used to be like city just like, man, you know, stop there at the gate, you know, the big old walls and everything. But you know, people started, you know, couldn't quite find a place to live in there, so they started building out here, and now there's kind of like this little town area out here. And yeah, you're seeing like kind of like little makeshift buildings. As you kind of get farther and farther out from the wall, they get worse and worse. And you get a couple miles down the road, and you come to a just like a tower. Like it looks like this tower was probably built quite a bit before the rest of all that you just passed, and now it is kind of caught up to the tower, and then kind of included the tower, and then continued down the road. But yeah, it just looks like a rook, like chess piece, like tower that's like standing there, you know, and like off to the side of the tower is just like there's like 10 or 12 ghoul bodies, mostly decapitated, just like lying in a pile. And yeah, it's got like just kind of like a, you know, like a 10-foot tall double door on the front of these like thick wooden, like vertical wooden plank doors with the kind of like some barred, like wrought iron bar like squares at about face level. You imagine they probably have like a slide thing, you know, that they can open up and look through.
Okay.
And he's like, "Yeah, here it is."
This is the temple?
Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, huh? It's like kind of old. Been here a long time, I think. Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's check it out. And he just starts walking up to it.
Oh, whoa.
What?
I try to be more discreet here. How about this?
Oh shit. Oh,
I'll give you.
Damn, are we on like a secret mission? Shit.
Yeah, well, not everybody knows about me, you know. So I try not to.
Yeah.
Get too known because, you know, popularity comes through and stuff like that. But here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 20 gold.
Oh,
to
shit.
Head back over to Baldur's Gate. Thank you for your service, and yeah, you just keep this between me and you.
I mean, like, hey, you need like a
sketches.
Dude, you need like a lookout.
No,
like,
no,
dude, I could just like hang out here, and I'll like, you know, like if like something like is coming or whatever.
Well, what could be coming?
I don't know. What let me in. You know, like what are we doing, man? Like it's like, come on, let me help you out.
I'm just notating some temple locations. I don't necessarily need to talk to anybody right now. I just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just need to find it.
Just doing some history stuff on some of the backgrounds of temples and.
Yeah. Good. It's at this point that the front door of the temple kicks open. And this gold dragonborn female, gold dragonborn woman with these like golden kind of like locks, or like they're like, you know, they're like the dragon's like little like hangy dangly bits kind of coming off the back, kind of like run
like
down.
Tendrils.
Yeah, like little tendrils or whatever. And they've got like little like brass clasps on them, and she's got like these like shiny gold scales, and she's in like full plate mail armor, and she opens up the door, and she's got like a tabard that goes over the front that's got like a shield with a flaming sword on it. And she opens up the door, and she looks, and she points at you. She says,
"Me?
Come. Yeah, come here."
All right, I start walking toward him. I was like, "Thanks, Ezekiel." Oh, and here's your money.
Says,
and I give him 30 gold, the 10 on top of and then the 20 extra.
Holy crap! Oh no! And he like shoves it into his shirt. He kind of like tightens his belt, so it kind of looks like he's got a little bit of a gut now. It's like, he's like, "Oh shit!"
You might want to hurry up to get home and put that in a safe place.
Yeah, no kidding.
Somebody catches you.
Hey, thanks, listen, I really appreciate it, man. Hey, like, seriously, if you're ever in town, just, like, you know, figure out a way to, like, get a hold of me. The Dragonborn lady's like, come on.
All right, we'll do.
Okay. And he like points at himself and she's like, get out of here. And he's like, oh god, and he like runs off back toward the town.
All right. I'll walk to this this old tower.
Yeah, she like steps back to like let you in, and she's kind of like looking outside, just kind of looking past you. Yeah, come on in.
What's going on?
And she closes the door behind you. Says, saw you outside.
Yeah, that's where I was. Now I'm in here.
You don't. Sorry, looking through my notes. I've got the wrong thing open. Oh shit. She says, I didn't see you come up with any corpses, so you're not here for bounty money. What is it that you want?
Oh, I just wanted to know about this here temple. I was getting a bit of a tour from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll tell you about the temple. No problem.
Okay.
You want to do something for me real quick?
Depends on what it is, I guess.
You look like you're a good shot with that bow.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I just mainly use it for deer on the road.
Yeah. The thing looks like it. Looks like it could take down a god itself. All right, follow me. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna walk out there. I'm gonna stop. I want you to walk past me and turn around and look at me, so you're facing the tower. Got it?
Okay.
All right.
Does she feel like she's putting on any hostility or animosity towards me? This is
She seems. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
okay.
She seems. She's very straightforward.
Okay.
She is. She's probably a little rough around the edges. But she genuinely seems like she wants your help with something.
Okay.
But like, yeah, she's got a little bit of a gruff voice. And she's dragonborn, so she's got teeth, and it's so sometimes kind of like hard to tell if they're really like angry at you or if they just look that way.
Okay. I will follow what she says, but with my robe, I'm gonna make sure to keep an eye on her because I can see in 360 degrees.
Okay, do you have like your robe of eyes like out, like you don't have it disguised?
Am I able to disguise it? I guess I.
Well, you had that. I think you had that. Those clothes that could turn into whatever
Did I
outfit.
still have? Oh, did I still have that? For
I
some
don't
reason, I
think
thought I
it's-
got rid of that.
Oh, really? Okay.
But maybe I didn't. Maybe I've been holding on to it.
Yeah. I mean, you would get a lot of freaky looks if you were wandering around with
Okay, yeah, that
a
makes
robe of
sense.
eyes that's like eyes are like looking all over the place on
Yeah.
it.
Okay, then no, I guess I don't. I'll just have to trust my instincts.
Okay. Yeah, she walks out about like 30 feet, and she kind of puts her hands on her waist, and just kind of waits for you to walk around her.
Okay, I'll do that, and then what'd you say, like 20 feet, 10 feet?
Yeah, like 30 feet away from the tower.
Okay, and then I keep going past her, and then turn around and look at her.
All right. To your 10 o'clock, there's a tree. On the topmost branch, there's a pigeon. I need you to shoot it. Probably only got one shot, but I think you can do it.
Okay,
Just whenever you're ready.
my 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's
So,
like
like,
ahead of
face-
me, isn't it?
So facing her,
Yeah,
over her
slightly
left
to the left.
shoulder. Yeah. So
I
you look past her to your
Yeah.
left. So she's got you pointed in like kind of the right direction.
Okay.
And it's there's a big tree. And on one of the top branches, you look up there and there's a pigeon, and it's just kind of like.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll shoot it.
Okay. Yeah, with a 21, so you just like swiftly just like pop your bow off your back, like that.
I don't want to be super dramatic. I want to like take my time a little bit, wind up, and kind of pretend to be not like super expert with it.
Okay. As soon as you draw the bow,
Yeah.
the pigeon starts to take off. But
I can still hit it while it's flying, right?
yeah, so it starts to take off, and you just like, you fire off this arrow. It hits the pigeon, and there's just an explosion of feathers. White feathers just go like that, and a gnome falls out of the air and hits the ground, like fell out of the tree by like 30 feet and bounces.
That is the weirdest pigeon I've ever seen in my life.
And he goes, oh god, and he like pulls himself up from the ground. This little it's kind of like just like a really thin, kind of pale, androgynous looking green haired forest gnome with kind of like has like some like he's just got like moss tunic, it looks like. And he gets up and he looks at you guys. And he goes, "Warmongers, warmongers!" And the Dragonborn turns around and says, "She says, get out of here! Get out of here! Stop shitting on my armor!" He's like, "Warmongers!" And he like goes running off. She's like, "Ah!" like she like blows fire out of her mouth, and he's like, "Ah!" like that as he like runs away.
Who was that?
Oh, just, it doesn't matter how much you help the city, people, they're slow to forgive, I suppose.
Did something bad happen?
Oh, druids, it's a bunch of hippies.
Well,
Sorry, I know, I'm sorry, you're an elf. I didn't mean that. It's just, it gets me frustrated. Like, it's just like, I can't go outside without him like shitting on my pauldrons. But
can't you like just magic it away? Is that something you and your people can do?
No, not me. I got to scrub it like everybody else. And I don't know what he eats, but he eats a lot. Let me tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if he's like, oh, but hey, yeah, come on inside. I guess you want a tour of the temple, huh?
Yeah, I would love a tour of the temple.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, come on inside. And she walks back and pulls open the door. And inside there's like, there's candles, candelabras that are like lit, around the room. And there's like tabards of like, kind of the same symbol that she's got on her tabard. There's like a like hung up on the wall around. You see there's pieces of like there's like armor and weapons and stuff that are used as like decoration around the place. You see a lot of like hanging crossed weapons and stuff like that. It's not like super big, but there's like kind of this area right here. There's a seating areas, kind of like bench seating areas, like around the outside, and it's mostly kind of like a receiving area. It's like, yeah, well, this is a front room. Usually do most of our business. This is my desk over there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the only one here?
Right now, yeah, it's just me.
Oh,
I kind of take care of this place. Oh, my name's Nixa Sunscale.
Nixa. Pleasure. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. All right, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, this is this inside. We got like a shrine upstairs. You want to see that? It's pretty neat.
Oh yeah. Is it as old as the rest of the tower, or?
Yeah. Actually, and it's pretty cool. And she starts walking you upstairs, and like there's like one of those really narrow, like one person wide hallways that like she walks like up around this tower, and she's like, yeah. So this is the Tower of Tempest. I don't know how much you know about Tempest. Are you a follower?
I'm not, but I've
right.
like I said, I was taking some
Thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it a little bit, but
All right.
I don't very much about Tempest, other than
Yeah, yeah. Also known as our Lord in Irons, is God of War. Yeah, you know, we and he doesn't really care so much how you aim that, but it's up to you. I've been using my influence to try to help with the ghoul problem. But
very noble of you.
yeah, well, I think so. People they think you got ulterior motives. She brings you upstairs. You get to like kind of the next like floor, and there's like some more seating area and stuff, and there's like a shrine. And all over this shrine and covering it, and almost like just falling off and just like heaped onto the floor, and are just broken weapons, broken pieces of armor, like bloody but washed, like blood stained, like clothes. Like you just got like breastplates that still have arrows sticking out of them and stuff like that, just kind of heaped all over this thing. This shrine holds a lot of history.
Yeah, it looks like. Are these weapons going to be repaired, or is it just this is kind of
Oh.
where they come to rest?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. All of these weapons and armor brought here as tribute to the fallen that wielded them in battle and fell in battle.
Ah,
And yeah, check this out. And there's like actually like a big ass scroll that she starts to kind of like unwind really carefully, and you can tell it's like really old, and it just has like names and dates. And she's like,
Oh.
"Yep, here's some more just listed fallen here.
Is
What
that all?
battles."
Is that everybody a part of the temple, or just ones that were nearby here?
Not whoever, their kin, let us know, or we find out about their involvement. We just kind of, we add them to the list, memorialize them.
I see.
Yeah. But I mean, that's most of it. We do some business here. We've got a kind of an area out back. We do some sparring. I've got acolytes that come in and out.
I'm surprised you hold a whole temple to just yourself.
Yeah, I have no problem fighting off any ne'er do wells. They don't quite come looking for a fight. We don't hold a lot of material wealth here either.
I understand.
She has a great sword on her back too. I failed to mention. She says, "I put this to good use."
With the ghouls?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little rudimentary, but yeah, if I see them, I take a little sojourn out to the city sometimes, and smite, not a whole lot left of them after I'm done with them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of just incinerate.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
So, how does one become a devotee to the Temple of Tempest?
Oh, it's like pray hard enough, show your worth. Tempest is a lot of talk is cheap. Words really do a lot more. Go a lot. We find we get a lot of people who are already soldiers. Anybody can worship a god, but every once in a while, these most devoted of us get some gifts. Magical blessings, stuff like that.
Let's see.
Yeah. So, is that it? That's all you're looking for?
Yeah, I think. Do you mind if I just take a closer look at the shrine? I just want to see how
go
it's
for it.
aged over the years. And
Yeah. There's a knock at the door downstairs. She says, "Oh, yeah, just be real careful, if you could, please."
okay, yes, of course.
And she goes walking downstairs.
I just want to investigate if there's any like hidden runes, things of teleportation, or like extra dimensional stuff. In fact, I'll probably take this time that she's gone to summon Radscat and have him run around invisibly looking for some stuff in addition to, and then also use my portal detection ability.
Gotcha. Yeah. He's like, Radscap. He pops out just fine. He's like, "Hey, boss, what's going on? What's this place?"
Hey, this is a temple to
Oh,
a god of war.
Oh, double shit.
I'm gonna need you to go invisible.
Well, I mean, at least it's not Palor or something like that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not. I don't think so.
Oh yeah. By the way, he turns invisible.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. You want me just like what?
Look for if there's an extra basement in this building or any sort of extra dimensional capabilities that would take them from this location to another.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. And he starts like down here.
Yeah. Be
Okay.
sneaky about it. There's only one person here that
yeah.
really.
You hear him flap. Oh, I mean, you hear him flap his wings. He ends up. You feel like he's crawling up in the ceiling, kind of like up above the stairs, and you hear him like going downstairs. You ping for like a portal. And you do get a portal. It is somewhere in the city and down.
Okay, so it might not be related to this at all.
Yeah, it seems a little bit far away for it to be related to this temple specifically. And you so you search around. What other spells were you using?
I wasn't using another spell at this time. I was just looking to see if there's anything that seems like it could be teleportation related, essentially.
You start looking around. Give me an investigation, or you can give me a perception.
Perception, I like that way better.
Yeah. Okay. As you look around, you're like kind of, you're looking on the walls and kind of out on the backside of like the shrine and stuff. And you do at some point something catches your glance. And you look over, and there's a on the side of a boot, like hidden in the pile of like armor and weapons and stuff like that. You see like a rune etched into it.
On a boot?
Yeah.
I'll inspect this boot further.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
All right.
Oh, all right. Yeah, definitely you these runes are fairly simple. But you catch teleportation's kind of like one of your things, it's like of the types of magic that you do know, like that's pretty near and dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some teleportation magic of some kind that's like was woven into this boot.
Might have just been used for battle, though, probably from the looks of it.
Yeah. You, as far as you can tell, it's probably a pretty simple spell of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you imagine it's some kind of magic item that has some kind of teleportation property.
Okay. And the statue just seemed like a regular old statue, nothing special about it?
Yeah, you kind of look it up and down, try to wiggle some things. Seems pretty solid.
And is this the top floor? Before the roof?
There seems to be more stair, but she didn't kind of really offer for you to go up that way. But there does seem to be at least one more, floor.
Sounds good. I'm going to...
Oh, okay.
Flock of Familiars. At what level? How many does it start with? Because I want to have, I guess, 3 of them total. including Ratscat.
Okay. So it summons 3 familiars for at
Okay.
level 2.
Okay, so then we'll just leave it as a level 2 spell.
Okay. So 3 Ratscat's cousins pop out.
2, because it includes Ratscat.
Oh, okay.
So then I'll tell one of them to go upstairs and investigate there, and then another one to just kind of monitor this floor as
Okay.
I leave.
You go downstairs.
Yep, I'm gonna start
Okay.
heading out because I can watch through them.
Cool. Yeah, you start walking down. The other one kind of sneaks up the stairs. And he gets up there, and there is a hatch. That has a lock on it. And you see him like kind of push up on it, and he says, "Hey, boss, I think it's locked."
Like the stairs to the next floor are locked?
Yeah. So the stairs go up, and then there's a hatch above,
Oh.
and he tries to open it, and it's locked.
Hmm. Well, I can't help with that. I'm gonna tell him to make his way outside with me and try to go from the top down. Have him scale the building and see if we can get in from the top side.
So yeah, like whoever Nixa was talking to has left, and she was kind of heading back up, and she sees you coming down. She's like, "Oh, so, yeah, you heading out then?"
Yeah. I think I've kind of completed my my look around here. It's a very nice place. Thank
Yeah.
you for your hospitality.
Yeah, no problem. It's nice when people show an interest, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like what you do with that bow. So anytime you want to pop by, you know, maybe we got work for you. You know, maybe we work together. You know, you just let me know. I've you know, I got people I know kind of all over the place.
Oh, you have a wide range of connections?
Yeah. Especially us, you know, those of us worshippers of the Tempest. You know, we kind of keep in contact.
Oh, good. Are there any other places you think I should visit as I travel throughout the land?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's other temples you could go visit. And she kind of like lists off a few. You know, one of them includes the one in the Dale Lands that she talks about. But there's a couple others that she would mention.
Okay.
That I'll have to look up.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
taking my leave.
All right. Well, you have a nice day. Stay out of
You
trouble.
as well. I will do my best.
All right, you leave. And actually, yeah. So what would be like in general terms? What would be like your next move?
So I was going to let the imps continue to scout the building for a little while, kind of
Okay.
monitor her and what she does, and then I was just going to go back into town, back to the inn, and stay in my room as I observed through the eyes of the imps.
Gotcha. Give me a Ratscat stealth check at advantage because he's invisible.
Sounds good. Warp his thing. Stealth.
All right.
3.
Yeah, so they're checking out the inside of the. They don't really see a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got pretty good eyes yourself. But yeah, they kind of pick through the place.
Sounds good. I'll probably dismiss all of them and cross this place out for our leads.
All right. Sounds good. Manasa and Meat. Are you still there?
Yes.
I will admit I ran to the bathroom at one point, but
Okay.
yes.
Had
Yeah,
a bowl of
glad
cereal.
you're still with us. So you yeah, the people in town are nice enough. They ask you some kind of like, you know, fairly very straightforward questions about, like what's the lizard folk doing out here? Like what elf clan are you from? And kind of stuff like that. I knew an elf once. And uh
I'm gonna take that adage where like the little bit of the truth sprinkled in makes it easier to remember the lie. So
yeah.
I tell them I'm from the Lurkwood. I tell them that I got restless and I wanted to travel. And I tell them about traveling through the marshlands and meeting Sundara and hiring him to be my guard. And I tell him that I've recently gotten interested, very recent, in Tempest, and seeing all the warriors of the marshlands has made me interested. So I want to go ask questions. I heard there was a Temple of Tempest nearby, and I was hoping that I could go and find out information about the Tempest.
Yeah, so they basically are like, wow, they're just enthralled with your story. Several other people kind of just like come up and they're just kind of like leaning on stuff, like listening to your tale.
And I talk about all the different places we've been. I talk
They
about
love it.
like, yeah, just like basically just all kinds of stories. Not about other planers so much, because I don't want them to think I'm like, like
Super
Strahd
powerful. Yeah.
Right.
They like you're talking about this stuff. One of them like brings you they bring you to like out of a nearby place. They bring you a couple bowls of chili, and they like hand them to you. They're like, yeah, hey, eat up, and they kind of like pass them out. Everybody's kind of sitting around like eating some chili. They're like, consider your story, payment enough for, it's like, yeah, I have, it's like lunchtime, so they just kind of had it. They were like portioning it out, for people, and they were like, yeah, just grab you a couple bowls. And they listen to you.
Oh, this is delicious chili. It reminds me of this chili that I had in Wintry Moon. And then I start going off on a story about how, we almost got arrested in Wintry Moon. They took our weapons, but we did get them back when we left the city.
So, while
just like a
Manasa's
little
kind
bit
of
of truth sprinkled here and there.
yeah. So while Manasa's like keeping their attention and talking and stuff, Meat's gonna be on kind of high alert and always like looking over his shoulder and just. Does he ever notice anything kind of suspicious or anybody acting a little suspicious?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, Manasa would be like paying attention too. Would Manasa? I have.
Okay, well, I'll give you. I'll give Meat.
Oh, Manasa knows nothing.
I'll give Meat. I'll give Meat advantage. On that. I'll give him that 15. But yeah, so with a 15, you don't see anything super suspicious. Like some people might think that like people just being friendly are suspicious. So other than that, like there's always that. Like maybe they're like talking us up for some reason. But the only thing out of place you kind of see is you notice two or three. You actually notice three kind of adventurer looking types walking. They don't seem to see you, but they walk out of a building and they head out of town toward the area of the temple.
Okay. This whole time, I have been trying very hard not to give off adventurer vibes. I'm like trying to give off like hippie beatnik type vibes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like just wanderer, like,
Yeah.
and trying to act like like meats just have to rescue me from a bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm totally like hyping up how meat rescued me from this situation and rescued me from this
yeah.
situation.
Give me a deception check
Oh.
with advantage.
Mm.
'Cause,
That's
they
pretty good.
They eat it up. Like they're like, wow, you live such a blessed life. This life sounds incredible. But they feed you, and they even ask you, hey, you want seconds? You want thirds? Like they'll just like keep feeding you until you're full.
They're just trying to get more stories.
But
They have like
but
2 bowls.
at one point, this kind of like older looking lady halfling is like, all right now, all right, you know what, they probably got places to be, things to do, let's let them get on up out of here if they need to. You know what, you two have fun at your temple, all right, don't get
Thank
hurt.
you so much.
They're a little rough and tumble, they like to fight over there, so you
Meat
just
won't let me yeah, I'm gonna call you Meat. Or what would people know the Stradavan name by? They would know Meat, wouldn't they?
probably
Yeah.
meet more likely. Yeah.
Yeah. I apologize for this here. Sonny won't let me get hurt. I'm giving you a nickname.
He just kind of rolls his eyes. He's playing the stoic bodyguard,
Sonny.
like
Yeah.
silent,
Yeah, Soonvara, Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny. Yeah. I
like
love
always
it.
has his arm crossed and just kind of like, all right.
So you guys go to the temple.
Yes.
All right.
I would continue my like beatnik kind of like, I recently heard about or like not recently heard about, but recently got interested in the Tempest, and I was, I love to travel. I was thinking maybe I could go and see all the different temples, and I was just closest to this one first. And
Yeah.
so I like, because I'm saying that I'm like new to it, they won't be like surprised when I know nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Okay.
know anything about Tempest.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I switched to like the I'm just discovering this.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah, you had all those the Battledale inhabitants seem to be they bought it for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm wondering if this is where it is. Before we go up there, how close are we to it right now?
It's probably like a mile down the road.
Okay, because commune with nature is how far?
Well, I think it's 3 miles. Going off of memory.
3 miles.
3 miles, yeah.
All
So
right.
I am gonna like continuing to play my like beatnik hippie part. I'm gonna find like a park somewhere in this town
Okay.
to sit down and do some like meditation,
Okay.
but I'm gonna be communing with nature.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah,
And I'm gonna
like
do
you hear people like whispering, like, "Oh, what's she doing? She's doing some magic. Watch this. It's probably gonna be cool looking. Stand back. You don't want to get hurt."
and I'm literally just like, like
So, you know what? Nope. I think she's just doing some bullshit. That don't look like magic to me. Where's all the
me
sparks and
standing
like
around,
fire and
like,
stuff?
like kind of like standing guard, kind of looking,
Yeah. So
put
what
a
do you ask?
pond.
What do you ask nature about?
I ask nature because I can let's see. Trained bodies, water, plants, minerals, animals, peoples, powerful celestials. So, peoples, right?
Mhm.
I know who I'm looking for.
Mm.
Can
Okay.
I look for him?
I'm gonna say I
Does it
think
let
it gives you
you-
more like broad information about like maybe how
Okay,
many
so
people
I'll
there
know, like,
are.
how many people, but
Yeah.
will I know like a basic strength of those people?
Not so much.
Okay. But I will know like the
Hmm.
layout of the
Uh,
abbey though, right?
And dead in the area. Yeah, you'll know the layout. You'll have like a mental map of it.
Okay, so I want a mental map of the abbey.
Okay.
I want
Oh, because it'd be a
to
negative.
know where the people like, because I'll know where in the abbey the people are, right?
Okay. Yeah. I will also, because it gives me an example here, but I will allow you to determine if there are any like magically powerful people. Like it won't so much tell you like who's like the strongest person in the area, but like if
But it
there's
will
anybody
say
who's
if they
like
have-
radiating divine or primal like power of some kind, then you can pick that up.
Oh, so they'd show up like brighter on a radar than
Yeah.
the other people.
Yeah,
Got
because
it.
the nature's like, whoa, there's like energy here.
There's some crazy
Whoa.
vibes coming off
I'm
these
getting
dudes.
vibes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's I guess the three things I want is like where the people are, how magical they are, or like if they're magical, and a layout of the abbey.
Cool. Yeah. You get the information. You get the whole structure of the abbey. There's like a lot of buildings. Like I said, they kind of go around the whole place, and there's kind of like a couple rows of them over here, but on the right, on the kind of the northern side of it is mostly the field. It's a little more open.
Okay.
There's probably about 50 people there. And there are a handful that set off like a powerful vibe.
Of the handful that set off a powerful vibe, how many are concentrated in one position, one spot?
There's 3 kind of near the field, and then there's
Okay.
like 2 that are somewhere in one of the buildings. That are in
3
two different locations.
The 3 near the field are probably not who I'm looking for. So I'm kind of making a note of the 2 positions of the other.
Okay.
The other 2 powerful beings. And then I stand up and I kind of do some like stretches, like yoga-ish type things. And then I tap meat and I go, time to go. And I'm being very like, I'm acting ditzy as hell.
Cool.
And we are walking toward the abbey.
Got it. You walk toward the abbey. We are going to bounce over to Icewind Dale
Yeah.
with Argyrol and Liston. You guys walk down the hill toward this stone, kind of flat on the side that you're approaching it. It's about 6 feet tall above the snow. And then there's a cave you can kind of see now as you get closer into the cave. There seems to be 2 big double doors, kind of like half arch, like double doors inside. The stone looks like it used to have something on it. It looks like it was maybe there was something carved into it, maybe there was something nailed to it. It's hard to tell at this point though, because it there's nothing on it anymore, really. Yeah. Gotcha. You cast that and you don't sense it. Okay. Yeah, no problem. You do not sense it. Okay. Yeah, as you start heading toward this shrine, um, or you start heading toward this temple. You get to the outer double doors, and it's kind of in a wall that's like built into this cave, with these thick tree trunks and like sealed with something or other. And do you go inside? Yeah. Okay. You go inside. Um, there are. You open the door. It's windy as hell. You close the door. It's still kind of like cold, and there's some like wind kind of making it through the cracks. But it's a lot better inside than it is outside. And there's like just like crude carved stone stairs that head downward. And as you kind of head down, you go down about 20 stairs, and it kind of evens out. And the ceiling's kind of going with you too. So as you get down toward the bottom, then you can actually see into the next room, and there is it's like a high vaulted ceiling that is about 30 feet tall, and headed straight down the middle is like a red carpet, but this carpet is like it's like got frost on it. It's very looks like it's very light from lightly colored, either from the frost or just that it's really old. And then these stone pillars that are like look like they were carved out of this cave themselves, and are decorated with depictions of like battles, and like there's like banners and knights and jousts, and people getting like blown up and stuff, and like fire and dragons and all kinds of stuff all over these things. And they just kind of like line on either side of this red carpet that heads like deeper into this cave. Go ahead and make a perception check. Argral, you can make a perception check too if you want.
Sure.
So, Liston, you see quite a few tracks through like that have been like stepped into this ice on this carpet, but it's hard to determine how long any of them have been there. There's a lot of them, and then you get the feeling like maybe they just kind of don't go away because it's just cold. Like this ice doesn't like tend to melt very often. Argral, you pick up kind of a rank body odor.
Ooh.
It's very, very musky.
Do I know where it's coming from?
Yeah, from deeper in, actually, like you can definitely pinpoint that there is something either has been down here recently or lives down here. So you smell somebody deeper into the cave.
Oh, sure. I just whispered a Liston what I smell. So we like prepare.
The let's see. You head in, and as you walk in, there's some kind of like a little bit crunch of the ice and stuff, and so like straight ahead, there's like it ends at a kind of a wall, and this cavern is actually kind of big, and feels very out of place here in Icewind Dale because it does look like it's very ancient and decorated and important, whereas everything else you've seen of Icewind Dale is like we are trying to survive and nothing else. But it ends at a wall, and there's like a shrine, and it's got like skulls like decorating. There's like a dragon skull that is like hanging and like mounted up on the wall with like a sword like driven through like the head. And but off to the right, you hear the creaking of a door as it opens, and somebody pops their head out. And this person looks like a dwarf. They've got a cloak up that kind of only comes up to like halfway, so you can see that like they've got like this like stark white hair and white beard. They look pretty old, even for a dwarf. And they kind of look out, and they kind of peek their head back. They kind of like step back into the room where they were at. Okay. Yeah, as you kind of start to walk up farther, both of you give me another perception check. All right. He steps out, and he kind of steps out with like one shoulder forward. He's a little hunched. And he kind of closes the distance with you a little bit, and he says, "So, you've come. I've been waiting a long time, you know." Confused? Oh, I know who you are. You're gonna regret coming here, however. But not for long. And he throws his hand up, and instantly around him, these red portals open up on the ground, just like about 3 inches in diameter, all the way, do a circle around him, and then come back around. And at the same time, 20 feet up in the air, there's portals are mimicking the same formation on the ground. And then towards you, on the ground, and then when they get to you, they split to underneath both of your feet and above your heads. And I need you both to roll reflex saves. Sorry, dexterity saving throws. Damn it.
Dexterity!
Oh!
Dexterity saving throws. Oh no.
Oh no.
He seemed what seemed to happen is he cast it in the other room and then released it when he got out. All right. Where the... Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Where's the initiative? Where's the initiative tracker? They moved it. What the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay. And seriously, D&D Beyond, what are you good for? No, D&D Beyond. Like, I have... But, yes. Out of these portals above and below you, spears start popping out and just stabbing out at the air. And catch you both in your like various bits of armor. Now, you're seasoned adventurers. You jump out of the way, but like they, they like skim your neck and your arms, and you're able to kind of jump away at the last moment, but not without sustaining some injury.
Ow.
And I don't know. I wish I could tell you how much, but hold on. Let's see if it's. Oh, okay. All right. Roll20 actually has this one. Yes, you both take 6d10 slashing damage. 36 damage.
Ow. What the
That's
fuck?
like all of Liston's health.
And I need you both to roll for initiative. I think. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
roll
got-
for initiative, and then there you go. All right. And yeah, and that is where we will end off for next time.
Oh, in the
Who
middle
is
of combat.
Who is this angry little dwarf that's summoning a blade barrier on top of our heroes?
And why can't all the other investigations go as well as Manasa and Meats? Find out next time.
Leisurely fly through a nice forest, a good meal with some chili and some stories.
Goddamn, why do we get stuck with this shit place?
Smoke some weed with nature in the
Fucking
Central Park.
cold. There's no fire. The people are fucking grumpy.
Man, we got free chili
Getting
too.
stabbed. Fucking.
We did.
It's like a light and day, like back and forth between like.
We're gonna go back to like all meat again, and then Manasa and me are gonna be like, boy, we had a day.
Like a fucking spa day for you two. You're just like feeling refreshed.
Me and Galvar just had a
moisturized in
tour
your
around a
veins.
museum.
Yeah. Here's some
Hey,
fucking acetone.
An alcohol formerly known as mead.
I want to add one thing about this shrine that you're in. There is light in here in the form of torches that don't give off any heat.
Oh, that's nice
So
at
this
least.
torchlight, but yeah, no heat. Once again, no heat sources anywhere you can see.
It's like you're back in the abyss.
That is so funny.
All right, thanks guys. I had fun. Bye, stream.
Bye.